that's right. And see what Congress should do. What should happen is that people who got in over their heads in the housing market, they bought houses they cannot afford, they should just lose their house and they should be foreclosed on. That is, if I think it was Herbert Spencer said, I believe it was him, it could have been somebody else, that if you protect people from the folly of their ways, you create a nation of fools. And that's what we're doing. We're protecting people from their folly and therefore creating a nation of fools. And see, the problem is that too many of us want to blame politicians for our problems. And yes, we can blame politicians just a little bit. But the bulk of the blame lies with the American people. That is because politicians are doing precisely what American people elect them to office to do. And what do we elect them to office to do? We elect them to office to use the power of their office to take the property of one American and give it to us.
Now, let's shift gears. Let's shift gears, sir, into Barack Obama. Clearly, George Bush, size of government triples. I thought that was bad. Now, under Obama, he's doubling the government in 1 year. If you project that out 10 times by the time he leaves office or even more. So specifically, sir,
I don't know whether that's sustainable, but surely that's what he's doing, and that's what the American people want. That's what they want. Look, if you doubt what I'm saying, what the American people want, let me ask you a question. Now, suppose I, Walter Williams, was running for the United States Senate from Texas, and I go back and forth across the state of Texas telling my fellow Texans, look, I've read the United States Constitution. I know what Congress is authorized to do. And if you elect me to the Senate, don't expect for me to bring back aid to higher education funds, highway construction funds, prescription drugs, Meals on Wheels. Do you think I would get elected to the Senate from Texas?
No, because maybe in Texas, but in other states, no, because they don't understand the feds take $1 of our money, send 30 cents back with strings attached.
But here's the problem, Alex, is that the people of Texas would be absolutely right not electing anybody who respected the United States Constitution to the United States Senate. The reason why is that, for example, if I am the senator and if I don't bring back billions of dollars to Texans, that doesn't mean that Texans will pay a lower federal income tax.
Exactly.
All that it means is that Oklahoma will get it instead. That is, once legalized theft begins, it pays for everybody to participate.
Oh, that's a great point. I hadn't thought of that. That's what Ron Paul's always saying. They say he's a hypocrite because he votes against the bills, but then the spending bills. But once the money comes in, he says, look, I'm going to earmark this because the money was spent. I mean, now you're paying these taxes. You don't want it to come back for the shrimp fisheries of the Gulf Coast. I mean, I represent the Gulf Coast. And so if I don't take this earmark, it's gonna go to foreign aid or something.
That is absolutely right. So what it makes people who would otherwise be moral, they become immoral. That is because if you don't participate in the legalized theft, you're going to wind up holding the brown end of the stick, if you get what I mean.
Wow. Amazing. Sir, I mean, you've been around a while. You've made a lot of predictions I've seen come true. What do you see happening with Obama with this false hope? He knows government health care isn't going to work. He knows trillions spent is just going to, down the road, make things even worse. I mean, I guess the special interests want all this money, and they're the ones that put him in office. Yeah. But how do you see this ending with Barack Obama and all these people that followed him and believe he's really going to give them a free house, give them a free car? You know, the people you see on TV saying all my problems are solved because Obama.
You know, I don't know I don't know what to predict. But however, the current state of affairs is unsustainable. I mean, just one aspect. Forget about the health care and all this other spending. It turns out that the unfunded liability of Social Security and Medicare is $101 trillion. Now, what that means when I say unfunded liability, and even the Social Security Administration's report, they say is the unfunded liability, this huge $101 trillion. What that means is that in order for Congress to make good on the promises it's already made to people who are living today in terms of Medicare and Social Security, they would have to put trillions of dollars in the bank today, earning at least a 6% rate of interest in order to make good for it. And this is not going. They're not going to do that. And according to some estimates, such as the National Center for Policy Analysis in Dallas, Texas, they point out that by 2040, I believe something like, given the current state of affairs, if it continues the way it's going now, that 80% of the federal budget will be spent on Social Security and Medicare.
Amazing. 80%. Let's talk more about that in our final segment with Walter E. Williams, walterewilliams.com. He is our guest. I hope he'll come back again with us soon. I want to talk to him about GM. Not only is there a bailout of GM, but the bailout money under World Trade Organization rules, part of it has to go overseas, so we're paying to ship it to China and Brazil and Europe. Stay with us. Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home, finding a realtor, and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to HomeGain.com and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free estimate of your home's value online. This is a great way to be able to monitor the value of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. There are tons of tools to help you. For instance, if you want to remodel your home, go to HomeGain.com. Use their Home Sale Maximizer to help you determine which home improvements can most increase your home's value before you put it on the market. For 10 years, these folks have been helping home sellers and buyers. Visit their link at Infowars.com. Look for Max, the orange HomeGain gorilla, to help you with any real estate needs you might have. You'll love this site. It's HomeGain.com, HomeGain.com. Check them out today.